All right, to me buckos. Hi, welcome to the Pirates Den, also known as Long John Silver. This is your host, Online Big Blue. Hi, we're the Pirates. I got a treasure chest around here somewhere. I left it upstairs, actually. I just want to say something right off the bat. I just, mateys. Mateys. We all be the Pirates. I even have the pants. I have the eye patch, but it's upstairs. I'm not wearing the eye patch. Oh, you big buckos. Well, you know, we got a lot going on here today. We got the Blitz going on. All right, this is just what I want to tell Giant fans. Before you go to the stadium or any practice or anything, dress like a pirate. This is how stupid you're going to look. I've gone out of my way to show you your own. Look, I even have the swashbuckling hat. And when we have guests on, matey, you know what we're gonna have in the background. You know, I'm gonna show you have the background. Oh, we got the pirate flag going on in the background as well. We got a lot of things going on here with the Jolly Roger. But this is how dumb you're gonna fucking look. So well, first of all, I'm just gonna say right off the bat, right? I'm gonna say right off the bat, man, I look good. I could have been a pirate. But before you do this, this is how stupid you're going to look. And the worst part is your stupidity is going to carry through the entire game. Because of the fact that if you're going to dress up like a pirate for part of the game, you're going to be a pirate the entire game. So this is what you're going to look at. Look at this. Just look at it. Think about it before you do it. Okay? Unlike, Will Smith said it best for me.
You know what the difference is between you and me? I make this look good.
I know it. I know I make this shit look good, but don't do it. Don't do it. I saw Mike Lee in the chat. matey, welcome back, Mike Lee. He says, smash that. Good evening, Tip and fellow religious members. Smash the like button on the way in. Mike Lee, you have been missed. Big Blue for life, my brother. Coming all the way in strong. Let's go, Big Blue. James the hype man is in the house. Robert says, mateys, we all be pirates here. Are you in Tampa? No, I'm not in Tampa. I'm not in Tampa, matey. No, where I be. I be wherever I want to be. I'm just forewarning you guys. This is literally how dumb you're gonna look. Okay. I love Giant fans so much. I am showing the stupidity. Shiver me timber, says Mike Lee, rolling the eyebrows. Dan the man loves it. Omega Supreme, Autobots, let's roll out. Let's get some loot. Be careful. Oh, the captain's pig legs won't get your pig, fellas. What's up, Jay? Just says you don't like grown men, professionals needing gimmicks to play better. I have a pirate chest, and I don't know where the booty chest went. I think I left the booty chest upstairs. And we have pirate treasure in the booty chest that we are going to be giving away. Tim Sparrow, yes, matey, I could use some rum right now, actually. Dan the man says, oh my God, no BS. Uncrustables commercials just came on, laughing my ass off. Jay Ferris says, yep. The hat covers the hair. The worst part is when I take the hat off, my hair's gonna be all over the fucking place. Omega Supreme says, what are you, Timmy? Jay Ferris says, Bowen needs that huge trash can the Tennessee Volunteers had on the sidelines for turnovers. Trenton, hi, matey. Hi, shiver me timbers. I see me an Eagles fan over there beyonder. Oh. The things that I do for you guys. How many other content creators will do this? How many content creators will sit there and tell you, you know what? Well, no, those are the same fucking morons that ran laps. Hey-oh, Jay Furr says, now the content creators say we are winning 10 games. 10 games. I love the clip of the Blitz.
No. I don't want them to gain another yard. You blitz all night.
You guys like the professionalism there? I knew what button it was. But I love the blitz. The blitz when you see Abdul Carter and Kevin Thibodeau and Brian Burns wreaking havoc against that giant offensive line. Oh, it just looks so good. That's what this is going to look like. We're going to be the 46 zone. Mateys, we are going to be Roy being pirates and going into shores and places such as these. Can we just get OTAs? And I love it because you have certain content creators going, I'm not trying to get excited about this, but look how awesome this is. Dable will walk the plank week 7. Mike Lee says more stupid fans running laps or dressing like. Listen, I'm thinking this, guys. This is what we need to do. I think Mike Lee's right. That's why we miss Mike Lee. We need to run laps dressed as pirates. Robert said, my costume of choice as a Giant fan will always be a paper bag over my head. Hey, Jay Ferris says, maybe both Mike Lee, maybe Omega Supreme. Shiver me timbers, the Giants will go 5-17. Well, I don't think they can go 5-17 because that would be 22 games. Look at that math. Tim's smart. But you saw that one play, and everyone's just like, oh my God, this is going to be such the thing. This is going to be the NASCAR package. This is going to be the 46 zone. Okay, there's no contact really. There's no pads. You're not at full speed. You're not allowed to block. There's a lot of things to break down about that play that are good. There are things to break down that player that are bad. But there's problem is this: you can't look at it from an objective perspective and say, wow, what an awesome play that was. Because honestly, it's OTAs. Let's get into training camp. Let's make sure everyone's there. Let's put on the pads and actually hit some people. Robert says we may win 10 games over the next 2 years. We're winning. What do I say? We're winning 4 games tops. I think we win between 4 to 6. I do. I really think we win between 4 to 6 games. I think Russell Wilson's going to give you at least 4+ wins over last year. Because of the fact that I think that if you have a professional quarterback, now the question is going to be, can he stay upright? Is he actually going to have the velocity and the touch on the deep pass? These are all questions we're going to find out during an extended 17-game season, potentially going to 18 games. These are things we're going to have to wait and see. Omega Supreme says, shiver me timbers, the Giants go 4-12. Jay Ferris says, that's why the fans are so rancid. The Giants sell hype this team to the moon to sell shit, then the fans implode when the team doesn't. That's the problem. The problem is this: you hype this shit up so much, and you know that play was leaked on purpose. Of course you're going to leak the play on purpose. Of course. Someone asked me, blatant honesty. Someone asked me why I'm streaming today, because I didn't have any content and I need some shorts. So I figured I'd dress up like a pirate, and I got like 4 or 5 shorts. I don't have to make any content until Sunday. James Williams says, what's going on? Brandon says 10-7. Hate if you want to let go Big Blue. Hate if you want to let go Big Blue. Oh, here we go. Oi, there's a lass coming over to the pirate chest. I found me pirate chest. Let's look and see what's inside. Maybe I can't do that forever. Maybe it's my magical lucky charms. Ooh. Throw your turnovers into the pirate chest, laddies. We're going to take a look later what's in the pirate chest. Or do you guys want to see now what's in the pirate chest? Do you want to look later, or you want to see what's in the pirate chest now? Okay? Because I got some stuff in the pirate chest. Maybe there's prizes. This is like the dentist. Oh, what do we got here? Well, Trenton says, watching Giant fans celebrate a pass rush is a pathless practice. Is so funny. I know it is. James says, I'd be a pirate. Let's see here. How do you hate the Giants, Tim? Why do you hate the Giants, Tim? Because I don't hate you. Jay, first of all, I know you're being sarcastic.
Warning, sarcasm. Warning, sarcasm.
My professionalism only goes so far. I'm just honest. I'm just honest. Our mateys. You know what? I think we should go into the pirate chest. Let's see what's in the giant. Let's see what's in the giant turnover chest, shall we, my laddies? Here we go. Oh, there we go. Right off the bat. I call it fucking Advil. Because some of you Giant fans give me a fucking headache. Oh, look. Giant gold doubloons. Ooh. From the 100th anniversary. That wasn't. There's more in the tire. There's more in the pirate chest. Don't worry, guys. There's more in the pirate chest, mateys. Trenton says, let's see. Giant fans are so sad at this point. They're happy the practice clips. I know. I think of this when it's when it's FanFest. I don't know if they're having FanFest this year because honestly, they haven't had the and I keep asking my ticket guy. They haven't had the town hall this year yet. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe they aren't gonna have FanFest. I don't know. DJ looked good. DJ looked God during OTAs. So slow down. Oh, DJ. Oh man, I missed you. I missed you, Mike Lee. I missed your comments. Wait, let's see what we got going on over here in the pirate chest. The pirate chest is coming up. There we go. There we go, mateys. Oh man, I missed. There we go, mateys. I had what we referred to on the pirate ship as feedback. Let's see here. What is oops? How come I can't click on that one? Oops, I can't click on anything now. Why is nothing clicking? Oh no, I can't click on anything. Why can't I click on anything? What happened? Vastuland lovers. we had what we refer to as a technical issue. Reveal the treasure, Timmy. I already did. It's Pirate Timmy. Arrest me. Is there a media Pepsi on the treasure chest? No, I wish there was. Jay Ferris says the 100th anniversary was just a red herring to sell all the dumb shit. Craig says, Tim, you cracked me the fuck up. That's okay. You can curse. Sorry about that. We lost audio. We lost everything for a minute. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there. But you know what? We can't just keep getting overly hyped up in reference to what we're seeing in these practices. We just can't. I mean, I would love to continuously say that everything the Giants do is you have to put the treasure chest down, me ladsies, because it's getting heavy. We'll go back into the pirate chest later. So don't you guys worry. But like I said before, it's just one of those things that, to people's point, how do you're getting hyped up singularly over a play. And really, that's it. Please stand by, says Rob. Did you like the pirate flag? Did the pirate flag come up when I went away? Was the pirate flag still flying when I went away? Please stand by. Joey J. Fair says, love Joe Shane. Hype the shit out of everything and do a bunch of interviews. Hide like a coward in December. Well, I don't know if he's going to hide like a coward. I think we're fine with Joe Shane. I think we're okay. Oh my God, we lost Twitter. I mean, we lost X. I don't know what's going on here. We've been having some technical issues lately with a lot of things here, and I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why we're losing things here. Dan, do you believe that Dan Jones can lead the Indianapolis Colts to the NFL playoffs if he beats out Anthony Richardson? I think I could beat out Anthony Richardson. Oh, what else do we got over here? James Williams says, in all seriousness, has anyone ever oh no, we lost the damn I think we're gonna black out again, guys, because this is what happened. I just like having technical difficulty because I think the flag is really cool. I think the flag is just really cool. So that's why I like that. Let's see here. I don't know what's going on there. Let's see. In all seriousness, as James is, if anyone has ever seen the show Black Sails, I highly recommend it. James, we're talking football here. Can we make Joe Shane walk the plank? Well, you know what? Let's at least get into training camp. Then we can do that. Then we can make Joe Shane walk the plank. Oh my God, guys, this is killing me. This is killing me, guys. This is killing me here. Oh, this is a better look. Oh, there we go. That's a better look. That's a better look. See that? Yeah. You can't even see how fucked up my hair was. That's how fast I am.
That's what she said.
Oh, let's see here. Robert says, I was wondering what happened first. Dable gets fired and the Knicks finally have a new head coach. You know, I love the Knicks plan for head coaches. This is a great plan for the Knicks. You fire your head coach. And then you beg other teams to interview their current coaches. I don't know if that was the plan. I really don't know. The stream is hard to broadcast across the 7 seas, mateys. Pirates are more like ship of fools. Well, I don't know about that. Dan the Man says, Pena showed up for the Giants OTAs last week as a champ, is no longer champion. Not a coincidence. I saw that, and I didn't want to bring that up, but thank you for bringing it up. Mike Lee says, at least DJ will be playing in a dome if he starts. Mike Lee also says, Joe should walk the plank after Hard Knocks. I'm very excited to see what's going to go on with Hard Knocks. We've talked about it before. I'm curious what's going to go on with that and how that's going to play out. I have no idea. But at least it's the entire NFC East. I'm wearing my Super Bowl 52 hat right now. The team called themselves the Hungry Dogs, way cooler than the Pirates. I just think it's funny that he admits, Shane Bohm, that he got this from his son's T-ball. Okay. 6 and 7-year-olds that you can bribe with pizza compared to multimillionaire professionals are doing the exact same thing, playing for the pirate chest. What do you get with a drunken sailor? Daniel, what's up? Daniel says, happy Thursday, everyone. Jay Ferris says, damn the man. My conspiracy theory is all the legends that show up are for the social media clicks. They don't do shit. These kids don't care about a 65-year-old former player. Yeah, at least we got the Mets, but then what's his name got hurt today? What's his name? The pitcher. We've said this before. How many of these people really care about these Giants that are coming in? These older Giants. How many of these younger players even know who Otis Anderson or Joe Morris or Howard Cross or whoever any of these guys are? Are they getting anything out of it? Are they getting any immediate perspective of Giant history? Because, like I said, you're bringing guys in from the 80s. Don't you want to bring in guys from, like, I know they had Victor Cruz and Eli Manning, but don't you want to bring in guys from, like, the 2011 team? So maybe they have some idea. And then you think about, even if it's the 2011 team, that was still 14 years ago. So some of these kids were like 6 when the Giants actually won something. At least we got the Mets. Hey, we don't have any holdouts. No, like I said, there's plenty of good things to like about this Giant team this year right now. Paulson Adebo, if he can come back from the injury, looks like a winner. I like Holland. He had a down year in Miami, but he's going to be a hell of a lot better than Pinnock. Abdul Carter, I think, like I said, he's going to be anything more. I mean, like I said, he's going to be a situational pass rusher, which is, you usually don't take the 3rd overall pick for a guy that's only going to play like maybe 40% of the snaps, but that's okay. So you still have Malik Neighbors. You have some competent quarterbacks. You got to see if the offensive line turns around. You may have found yourself a running game. So there's a lot of things to like about the Giants offseason right now. But like I said, it's way still into the offseason. Mr. Alvarez says, I wonder if the Knicks have their head coach already in mind, but they had to make it look good, like they were casting a very large net. Now, if the Knicks had their head coach already, they would have already signed him. The Mets are doing great right now. They are, but we got to see what our pitcher just happened today. We barely won today, 4-3. And let's see. Jake Ferris says, Hard Knocks is going to be like watching the Titanic sink in slow motion. To everyone to bullish. I hope they do well in the Hard Knocks. I really do. The people that don't know, I'm wearing a pirate outfit. Yes, I'm on the SS Joe Shanish. Let's see here. Jalen Hyatt packed on 15 pounds of rum and mutton. You saw the pictures of Jalen Hyatt next to Brian Dable, and you were like, okay. I mean, you're comparing him next, and I love it because people are like, just look how great he looks. You got him up to the 40-something-year-old head coach. Put him up to next to the Malik Neighbors or Darius Slayton, something like that. And then I'll tell you, trade Hyatt for a Pirate that can speak. I'll trade Hyatt for a parrot that can hold on to the ball. Oh, let's see. James Wayne says if he doesn't learn how to catch, we may have to. Jay Ferris says we have to have an ad on the top of the deal, Trenton. Let's see. Greg says we couldn't trade Hyatt for the pirate hat. First of all, I wouldn't trade the pirate hat. The pirate hat's fucking awesome. Let's see. But guys, he packed on muscle. I remember 2 years in a row, Daniel Jones. We even did the video with the Hulk hands. Packed on all this muscle. He was this muscular guy. He gained like 30 pounds in 2 seasons, and that was gonna keep him, make him fresh, make him ready to go. Yeah, did shit. Just like DJ did the year before, he sucked. Oh my God. Let's see here. Trent says, I'm no Hulk, but I have muscle. I have more muscles than Hyatt. Dude is weak. You're an Eagle fan, so you have Devontae Smith. So, like I've said before, I always thought that he was going to be Devontae Smith. Now, Devontae Smith, Heisman winner, all that stuff. I didn't think he was going to be as good as he was right off the bat, but I thought he was going to be a guy that used his speed and quickness to get off the line, to get into his routes quickly. And I hope adding the weight allows him to stop being knocked off his routes, Hyatt, because that's one of his two of the Hyatt's biggest issues in my mind is not being able to get into his routes quick enough and dropping the ball. People always talk about, well, they didn't throw it to him. Well, last year when they threw it to him, he only caught it 40% of the time. So yeah, maybe you don't. We also didn't even look the way of Kenny G when he was here at certain points of time as well. So I mean, I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not sitting there, and pontificating that Daniel Jones was this great quarterback. I'm just telling you this. Let's see here. Trent says, Tim, can you invite me on for a tour of the pirate ship? No, mateys. No, there are nobody in this pirate ship but me. Oh my God. It's funny. You know what's going to happen with the Giants? I was thinking about it. They're going to see this, and then one day, all of a sudden, the pirate ship's going to be gone. And I'm going to be stuck in the Caribbean. Oh, and the pirate ship's gonna leave, and I'm gonna be stuck here in the Caribbean. They can't do worse than last year. Of course not. Ms. Roberts says, but unlike the real Titanic, the ship have sunk twice. I always love, like I said, I'm more into the Knicks than I am at times to the Giants because I like the Knicks. I always had this affinity for basketball, and I always go back to the Knicks season with Michael Ray Richardson when they were playing well. Then injury started playing and poor play, and they asked Michael Ray Richardson, at that point in time, he was probably hopefully off cocaine, and it says, "How's the season going?" And he sit there and looked at the camera and said, "The ship be sinking." So we're not sinking in June, so that's good. We just have to, sally forward and just get ready to go. Talking about Hard Knocks. I don't want to talk about Hard Knocks. James says, at least we get an inside look at how the Eagles run a proper ship. Our mateys. Smitty would have had 1,500 yards if he actually threw more often. Like I said, I thought that, like I said, I didn't think he was going to beat Devontae Smith. I loved Hyatt coming out of Tennessee. I still like Hyatt as a player, but we've had 2 years of what we see Hyatt is. Is he going to be something else? And I think that's going to be the bold question. Is Hyatt, are we going to finally see something out of Jalen Hyatt? Is there a next level? We saw moments and flashes that first season. The last year we really saw nothing. So the question is, are we literally going to see something out of Jalen Hyatt this year? Muscles can't teach intangibles. You're right. Muscles can't teach things. You're right. Your biceps can't remember how to play. Can't remember the playbook for you. That's the other thing. People people seem to forget with Jalen Hyatt. It wasn't just the football intangibles in reference to his athletic ability. It was the issues that he had. Also, they said memorizing the playbook or actually even looking at the playbook. So Being stranded on an island would be better than watching the New York Giants last year. You're probably not right. Dark Friend says, I feel better going to the season just by the absence of Daniel Jones. You know, there always feels like there's this weight lifted off us now that Daniel Jones isn't here. And I think that's something we have to look at from a happy perspective, that we don't have, to your point, we don't have that feeling of doom, of impending doom, like we do with the y'all talking. What is Josh Hart saying? Y'all talking trash. Tibbs lame as hell. A different direction was taking y'all. You should have appreciated for what he did for the team and the organization. I do, Josh Hart. I do appreciate that. Don't mind me. I'm reading Twitter. I'm reading Twitter. See what's going on in the Twitter world. Black Quint says, "Okay, Pirates, there'll be a live stream going on right now, mateys. I shiver me timbers going on here. What's going on here? I don't know what's going on with my computer. There's so many things screwing up with my computer right now. If we can beat the Cowboys, I'll be happy. Honestly, I'll be happy honestly too. Listen, if we win 6 games, I'm gonna be happy. You win more than 6 games, we win more than 6 games, I'm gonna be ecstatic. But you win 6 games, I'm going to be happy with this. I'm going to be happy with the direction of the team, because we've said it since the day Joe Shane came here and when he lied to us. Because Joe Shane did lie to us. Because he said that he is going to build this team the right way. He's going to build through the foundational pieces, through the draft, augment through free agency, clear up the salary cap issues, and he lied to us on everything. And now in year 4, we're going to build this the right way, and we're going to hopefully move forward with this team in a direction by building through the draft, augmenting through free agency. So you lied to me once, Joe. I'm on this tropical paradise, and I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt again, that you're going to be able to do something. Are you going to be able to do anything? But I don't know. I cannot tell you. We need a different tropical island. I got my island in the sun. I forgot how much fun the green screen is. If we haven't gone to it in a while, let's go back to the garage. No, the basement. No, we're in the attic. We're in the attic. Or should we go back? Hold on, guys. Oh, I'm back in the basement. I forgot how much fun the green screen was. Let's see here. Jay Ferris says the things the Giants get looking to place blame on the CYA, Bowen, Wink, Gettleman, DJ. It's always someone else's fault running out of patsies. That's the thing, though. We're not running out of patsies because the next patsy is going to be Joe Shane. Greg says 6 games is rich. No, I've said this before. If you want, as a Giant fan, make sure you hit the like button. If you want a shot at the playoffs, you have to go 3-3 in your first 6 games. You have to go 3-3. And you have to at least take 2 divisional games. Because if you don't go 3-3, and then you go into the remaining 11 games of this season well below 500, if you're 1-5 or 2-4, you're going to have problems climbing out of that hole because of I keep forgetting.
That's what she said.
You're going to have problems climbing out of that hole because of the issues that you have with the remaining part of the schedule. So if you can potentially go 3-3 and 6, which is a tall order, we've taken a look at this before. It's a tall order, but if you can do it, there's a shot that you can continue within the division and potentially make a playoff run. But I still think you only win like 7 games or 8 games, but you never know. Eric Butler, good evening to the all. Trent says, can't wait to see the amazing plays from the Giants practices during Hard Knocks. Oh, I agree. I agree. Honey Pot, let's talk kicking on. Who will it be? We talked kicking last time. We already said it's gonna be Graham gonna own the Scottish Hammer. James says hit that like button. James also says 6 to 7 wins is realistic and optimistic at the same time. That's a great way to put it, James. 6 to 7 wins is realistic and optimistic. But think about it for a minute though. And I keep going back to this. And people are like, well, you're just softening because of the Believe Network. Nah, fuck the Believe Network. 3-3 through 6. You have a burning forest to run through those first 6 games. You have to run through like it's an LA riot. Hey-oh. But if you can do that and build up momentum going into the final 11, think of it this way. You'll need probably 6 games out of the final 11 to potentially make the playoffs. Because if you win 7 games, if you go 7-8 in this division, it means you probably won some divisional games. So think about it. You go 3-3, you only have to potentially win 6 games out of your final 11 to make a playoff run. I was looking at it mathematically yesterday. Yes, not only am I a sexy pirate, I'm a smart pirate. But I was looking at it. And if you take a look at the teams, the win-loss records, the home and away schedule, and then you take a look at the mathematical equations in reference to finding the ability to, I mean, there literally isn't, you can literally take an equation on this and figure it out, what you would have to do, what the percentage would be. The percentage of if the Giants start 3, okay, rephrase, this is all done in Excel. If the Giants start 3-3, the percentage opportunity for the Giants to go 6-5 and 11 is like 53%. If they go 3-3. Now, if they go 2-4, it drops down to like 42%. If they go 1-5, it drops down to like 22%. But think about it. You have almost a 50% chance mathematically, and we like math on the show, if the Giants can go 3-3. Such a low bar. James is all we fucking got. That's all we got. Dark Fiend says the Giants need to play starters more in the preseason this year. They can't afford to be timid. I don't disagree. You go back years ago, like 4 years ago, the Chicago Bears didn't even play their first or second team the entire preseason, and they started off like 1-5. They did crawl their way into the playoffs, but they started off 1-5 with a good team. It's shown in the past that continuity is what you need. You have to start building a cohesiveness, and it's not just building it in training camp. You're going to have to build it in these preseason games. You're going to have to get that. You're going to have to get the offensive line's communication skill sets down in these remaining games and kind of go from there and kind of look at it that way. Because if you don't build up some communications, if you don't build up some camaraderie, if you can't do that, you're going to have some issues. Big old Mark Stewart says, Big Tim, what's up? Trenton says, Jay Ferris says, Trends, I can't wait until Gary Wimper goes to the Giants headquarters to talk to Runyon, the Giants social media teams. Getting hyped, bringing in the legends. Oh, that was a good one, Jay. Jay Ferris says, do we really want wait 6? Do we can we wait 6-7 games? It would be amazing season for us. Anyone else better than that? You got to court together for a quarterback. I agree. Let me see here. So I'm so glad that's not Dasani, Tim. I don't drink. That's Aquafina. I don't drink Dasani's. Pirates. See, look, watch this magic bottle. Ooh. Watch this. You ready? Watch this. Ready? Watch this. Yeah, I tell you guys, it's the green screen. It's the off season. Hit the like button. If you don't hit the like button, I'm gonna keep talking like a pirate. Craig says 3 wins, calling it now. Let's see here. Dasani is toilet water. I don't know. I never really drank Dasani. Mr. Roberts says, personally, I still haven't softened on my stance about the losers teams. Show me on the field, reach the winning threshold during the season, and I'll start to believe. That's the thing. That's the thing right now. If you want to believe, you got to believe. It's like the what is it? It's the 69 Mets. You got to believe. You do. But to your point, Mr. Roberts, let's start believing during the season. I think Washington is a winnable game. I think week 2 we get smoked in Dallas. I think Washington is a winning game. So you go 1-1. I think we lose to Kansas City. But then, like I said, then you're 1-2. And you're still 1-1 in the division. Like I said, you get to 3-3 in those first 6. You're starting to play with house money a little bit. You roll the dice a little bit. OG knockout says, damn, I'm late. Good, Tim. What's up? Well, I was a pirate for a little while, but then the pirate costume got hot. Ryan's Big Blue Podcast. What's up, Tim? Little late tonight, but I made it. Ryan, of course, if you don't know Ryan, he's this wonderful up and coming. I don't know what the fuck you call him, YouTuber. He's got a podcast called, I know it's gonna be difficult to find, Ryan's Big Blue Podcast. Make sure you go there. He just had an interview with someone from WFAN. I think it's so awesome. I forgot who you interviewed with WFAN. I watched part of it, but then I just got annoyed because the guy's an idiot. I've had people from the fan call me and say, would you like to have this guy come on as a guest? I'm like, no. Thanks. No, I'm good. Thank you. Dan the man says he's laughing out loud. Ryan's Big Blue in the chat. I can't talk. Trenton says, Ryan, you inspired me to start my own channel. Hey, Trenton, motherfucker. I inspired you to start your own channel, not Ryan. What's wrong with you? What's wrong? Now you're making me mad. Now I'm mad. That's it. Now there's sangria behind me because I'm mad. That's my wife's killer sangria. We've talked about this before on my show. My wife makes this sangria that is so toxic that it literally put people in comas. And the one guy that drank it, I had to carry him home. Luckily, he only lives about a quarter mile, so we walked. But at one point in time, I was fireman carrying him home. And that's where Mike Lee, and I only bring it up because Mike Lee was in the chat. We used to say, don't eat the fruit on this channel. And that's the sangria pictures. I love this, man. I got all the pictures still, man. I forgot about how much fun the green screen is. This is just, and I'm not talking to Ryan anymore though. I love this one too. Yeah. Hey, everyone. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, that's not it. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hey, everyone. Thank you. What's the difference between a Giant fan and an Eagle fan? A Super Bowl. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So glad you could be here tonight, everyone. Oh my God. Or should it be this? This is probably it. Thank you. We're going back to the pirate ship. Oh, I'm sorry. Eagle channel, obviously. What is the Eagle channel called? We cheat because we have the tush push. Luke says, I remember when there were 6 exhibition games. How insane was that? So, yeah, there used to be 6 exhibition games. I liked it when there was 4 because 4 to 5 is good. I think 4 is good because if you went back, game 1, you played your starters 1 series, maybe 2. Game 2, you would then play your starters the entire first quarter. Game 3, you would play your starters into halftime and into the third quarter. Game 4, you just dropped in all your scrubs. I always thought that was a good direction and philosophy to go to. Ryan says, Trent, I appreciate it. I got to check out your stuff if you're on the channel or separate. What's going to be your name of your channel? Let's see. James says, "Well, salute to Big Ryan. Haven't started yet, loser." Oh, Trenton, you know I love it. James, where's James at? I haven't talked to James. James, are you around somewhere? Are you in the garage? Here, James, I'll put the link in the chat because I have not talked to you for a couple days. Sean Moresh, the worst. That's who it was. Well, it's not. What's his name's fault? That Moresh guy is a vacuum salesman, but happy for Ryan to get some guests in. Yeah, Ryan gets some guests in. Nobody wants to come on my show. It's because they're all fucking idiots. Believe it or not, Believe told me if you stop insulting people, they may want to come on. That was such a moronic thing for people to say. Trenton says, I'm working on the name ideas. My first video will be scheduled win-loss prediction video. Okay, I like that. Tim, where's your pirate crew? I'm trying to get my pirate crew here. Because if I take myself out, watch the rest of me crew. Don't eat the fruit. Mike Lee, I thought of you when I saw you were back. I was like, I gotta show it. I gotta show it. Yeah, you too, Tim. You too. Credit you too, Tim. Yeah, but I don't want Ryan. I don't want people. This is my show. Go on Ryan's show. Give him credit. OG says, I still think it's mostly the offense. The term of the Giants win more than 5 games. If the offense plays well, the defense can rest more and have the energy to stop the run. Here's the thing about the Giant defense that nobody wants to talk about. And I thought about this yesterday, and I looked it up. The Giants' 4th down percentage. In other words, the Giants' percentage for defense stopping teams on 4th down was like 45%. So I should rephrase it. They stopped teams on 1st down 55% of the times. That means 45% of the times people got 1st downs. And we always blame the offense. And listen, the offense was putrid. The offense at times did not help the defense with all these 3 and outs. But the problem is this: the defense, there was critical there, and this is what we kind of forget. There was critical moments last year where the Giants had opportunities to win the game, but the defense couldn't get a stop. I'm just throwing that out there. What do we got? Great the GOAT of content creators. Thank you, Jay Ferris. You're always smart. Subscribe. Blue Heart. Tim, all credit to Tim for helping me grow my channel, coming on and bringing someone I can look up after to get better. Nobody likes to suck up, Ryan. Hey, listen, you know what? I don't want to say anything, Ryan. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to bring this up at all, but you gain more subscribers coming on here than you did with any of your guests. What does that tell you? We're loyal. We're stupid and we're loyal. OG Knockout says, I got to hang up that phone. I'll have to take that phone later. OG Knockout says, Big James Williams. Dan the Man says, I use another word instead of idiots, but let's not go there right now. But Dan the Man says, Ryan Big Blue Podcast. Hell yes. Keep it coming. Greg says, what's the logic behind us beating the Commanders? They could very well be a Super Bowl contender this year, and we're consistently struggling against mobile quarterbacks. But the thing is this, Greg, you got to try to win. You can't go into the season defeated. Remember this. Watch this. You're going to every season undefeated. So if you go in defeated, I don't know. I got nothing. Sound like something good was going to go. James Fair says, I want to think we can win 10 games, but can't think of another reason. But Cat thinks of another reason. Right? Meow. We're not winning 10 games. I'm still saying we're winning 6 games. I'm just saying, mathematically, if you look at this and you go 3-3 through 6, you have, and you only need, and if you take a look at the games that you win and where you would then stand divisionally, you could potentially go 6-5 in your last 11 and make the playoffs. Fun math fun with Tim. Smash that like button, says Razzle. Mike Lee says, still don't have anyone to get set up and hold the edge. Until we do that, we won't stop the run on a consistent basis. Oh no, we're not stopping the run at all. We're not stopping the run at all. You look at these undersized defensive ends and you're like, if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm running straight at Cave. If I see a package of Kayvon Thibodeau, Abdul Carter, and Brian Burns, you know what I'm doing immediately? I'm running right out these motherfuckers. I am going balls to the wall, or I wait till they over pursue and I have a little bit of a delayed handoff. Or if I'm a mobile quarterback, I wait till they over pursue, which means the entire middle of the field is open. I'm taking right off. Jay Ferris says, you gotta be a kidding me. Ryan says, appreciate all the support. Definitely some loyal fans excited to turn in and hopefully some more collabs in the future. No, because you're stealing my fan base. I'm going to have to bring this guy in, but he keeps clicking in and out. I watch him in and watch him out, watch him in, watch him out. Let's bring in Trenton for a minute because I'm only going to stay on for about another 15 minutes. I just want to come on and get some short content. Yeah, I know I'm being lazy. Oh, here he is. He's an Eagle fan. He has a new channel called Why I Am a Loser. It's Ryan.
What's up, buddy? How you doing, Tim?
How you doing, my brother? How you doing today? Look,
hey, the only reason I gave Ryan the shout out there is because I feel like we're in a similar age demographic. You don't like the term aura, so I feel like my content's gonna be catered more towards the 20-somethings.
You know something? I have an announcement. I wasn't gonna make it today, but I have a new podcast starting. I think within like a new giant podcast starting in a week. And I'm going to probably invite you on. But I'm not going to tell anyone what it is yet. But this
I'd love that. I'd appreciate that a lot.
This is big. Shut up. The fuck's your problem? Shut up a minute. I'm trying to pontificate and I'm going to just shut up. But this is going to be big. This is going to be big news. I'm going to have people, I'm going to invite people on like Ryan and other people and you. But I'm not going to get into it right now. But once we get it all situated, we're going to do it's going to be a podcast. It's not going to be a YouTube thing. It might be a YouTube thing. I don't know. So just be prepared. I got to drop in another pirate while we're waiting here, Big T, because we got the flag in the background. What's up, James? How you doing, my brother? I haven't seen
Arg.
you.
Arg.
I feel like I haven't seen you or talked to you like in a week.
It's been a little busy this week.
Okay, well, that's not an excuse.
I mean,
I'm rocking the Saquon Hurdle shirt here today.
I saw that too.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
That is nice because we used to have him.
That's nice. I'm rocking a Kansas City Chiefs shirt because as a White Vic fan, sometimes you have to make bets that always don't come through. And then you have to.
I'm rocking a pirate outfit because sometimes when it's not a Thursday night, this is in the closet for other reasons.
You're a pirate. That was so funny. Yeah,
you've been smoking, so I'm not sure how funny that was.
Nah, the pirate thing, it was funny. It's hilarious. People are gonna be like, "Oh,
I like the pirate bit. You should do it after their first loss too."
Oh,
you're gonna get killed for it because fans are gonna be like, "Oh, this guy, he's not a real fan. Look at him, he's dressed like Jack Sparrow. F him."
I'm literally thinking about going to Fan Fest and running laps as a pirate.
Don't do that.
You're coming with me.
Of course, I'm gonna come with you, but don't do that because somebody's gonna make you into a short. Don't do that.
No, you're gonna dress up as a parrot.
Are you gonna sit on his shoulder? Are you gonna sit on Tim's shoulder as the parrot?
I'm gonna sit on James's shoulder.
Oh, great! That'll set my people back about 100 years.
Oh my goodness! So, what has anyone got anything giant related to say? What is it, Robert saying? Thank you for always talking me off the ledge into blind hope and unrealistic optimism. Oh, where's Carl Banks at?
Damn it.
You a pirate DJ now?
I'm a pirate DJ. I'm seriously wrong with this motherfucker. Sorry. I can't find
Trenton, I think somebody else been smoking.
Yeah, maybe.
Not talking about me.
I was gonna say, not me. I got to go to the gym after this.
I got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Baby Carl made it! Yay!
Sorry,
this guy wants to get fired.
Trying my hardest.
This guy.
Jay Ferris says, Tim reading all the content of it. Use YouTube Shorts. Brilliant. Yeah, this is what I do. I figured this out. I stream for an hour, and then I got like 20 shorts. So I never have to do a video again. I just put up shorts.
So look at that. You've got it all figured out.
I got it all figured out. This is the off season. I'm training, and I got to figure. Let's see. Carl Banks is busy telling. Carl Banks is on vacation. He's busy telling people not to hold out and teaching McFadden to tackle. But no, he's on vacation for 10 days. He's going to be back like in next.
Tim,
week.
when I was on Twitter earlier, I just knew that you'd be talking about the padless pass rush. I actually laughed out loud the first time I saw that clip.
I mean, as an Eagle fan, would you get over it? Now, first of all, that had to, if you take a look at the angle that it was shot, it was more than likely shot from the Giant organization perspective. So it wasn't a fan.
It was from behind the huddle. It was like a behind the huddle view.
It was almost.
It was the third cameraman on the grassy knoll.
Exactly. It's
and speaking of Eagles practice clips, not to interrupt your question, but I stopped being hype about practice clips back in I believe it was the summer leading into the 2021 season, where Jalen Reagor had a one-handed Odell Beckham-like catch against the Patriots, and we all thought as Eagles fans that Jalen Reagor was going to have a breakout season. Since then, I don't trust practice clips. Who cares?
Jalen Reagor, oh my God.
Anybody can look good in practice.
But when you see that clip from the Giants, it was definitely leaked by the Giants. It wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't leaked. They promoted it.
I know, but they're making the leak.
They promoted the leak.
And they're like, oh, look at this clip. Oh, I don't know how this clip got out there.
The call is coming from inside the house.
Yeah, exactly. Get out. But I mean, I had a twofold question about that. Are you, as a Giant fan, James, and as an Eagle fan, are you excited to see a defensive line that looked like it get to the quarterback? Or are you upset that you look like you had a bunch of turnstiles on your offensive line?
Well, like Trenton said, it's kind of hard for me to get excited for these clips. That's something that's really come into play, I feel like, the last few years with social media and then the fact that we've sucked, so we've got to like overhype things. But we've said before that things really don't matter until the pads go on. Right. All this stuff now is like, if you want to say building camaraderie, you could be in there reading playbook, studying, you watching film, you should be doing that all the time, but you're back at the facility, things like that. But just building, camaraderie, things like that. I don't really go crazy over the clips and the boops and the beeps, as you say, because it's sports propaganda, and that's kind of where we are in 2025.
I feel like as well with the pass rush clip specifically in a padless practice, I feel like the pass rushers have the advantage.
Of course they do.
If you can't really put hands on the guy as he's sprinting at you, you're going to take better angles and look better on tape.
Well, first of all, if you really put hands on the guys, you're going to violate the conduct and the rules of the OTAs, which could then cost you practices. Because you there are, in the collective bargaining agreement, there are certain things that you can and cannot do. That's why they have these off-season workouts now very structured. So yeah, you're not allowed to touch anybody.
That's what she said.
So I mean, I don't know.
It's like playing tag, but you can't tag.
Right. That's a good way to put it. It's like playing tag, but you're not allowed to use your hands.
Flags without playing with the flags.
So, I mean, listen, is it exciting to get pumped up about it in June? Sure. Does it mean anything in August or September? No. I mean, all of a sudden with that first game against Washington, what if we get shut out? And so does the dynamic trio. Are we going to then sit there and go back to that play in June and say, hey, remember that play in June?
Well, we've had a lot of practice all pros the last 4 years here. I'm not even I can't run off all the names, but we've had a lot of guys here that look great, and again, you're going to look great. You're going against your own guys too, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Giants now will be going up with the joint practice with the Jets. When
is that? Is that coming up?
not going to be till the Jets Giants preseason game.
See, joint practices I like a lot better. I feel like you actually gauge
Right.
you can gauge your team a lot better when you're going up against another unit that actually cares. You got guys on their squad that are trying to make the roster, just like you got guys on your squad trying to make the roster. Higher level competition. There actually is some incentive to try in those practices. So once we get those clips, and I'm sure that's going to be all over Hard Knocks. I guarantee you, every team that has a joint practice will get a segment there. That'll be interesting to see how the depth plays out for your guys' squad there.
I always forget we're on Hard Knocks. Make sure you hit the like button, guys. I always forget we're on Hard Knocks.
You're on Hard Knocks again.
That.
I'm so pissed that the Eagles are on Hard Knocks.
I'm trying to forget, but I always forget we're on Hard Knocks.
You can't. I'm excited. I can't wait to see. Like, I mean, first of all, the fact that we're all there. Of course, our other partners,
the gang's all here. We got to get
the whole division is there
in here too.
So that's going to be really interesting. And like I said in the chat to Mr. Wright, like, we're going to get to see how a proper organization is ran again, so we can get back to doing that.
What does Ryan say? I didn't care for it so much as others, but it was a nice glimpse. You're young, Ryan. You're allowed to have that perspective because you haven't been around enough. Javion Clowney of South Carolina, his entire career was defined by a hit on a running back in South Carolina, in a game in South Carolina. That was the pinnacle of his career. He went, and that is the play that you saw ad nauseum on SportsCenter leading up to the draft. Where did his career go?
Another player like that was Najee Harris in college. He hurdled some dude, and it took him all the way to the pros. But I believe he averages like 3 yards a carry. So
so I mean, you have to look at these things from a perspective of it's June. If they're still doing this in September, then I'll be interested. If they're still doing it in October, I'll be surprised, but I will still be interested because I think teams. This is what gets me with certain segments of the Giant fans. They think the NFL has never seen 3 pass rushers on a field at once. It's like this is like we invented the light bulb, sliced bread, popcorn, and air all at once. It's like, guys, offensive coordinators are kind of smart. And they've seen this shit before. It's not like they've never seen 3 pass rushers on the field at once. Your issue is going to be you have 3 undersized pass rushers. That's what you're going to.
If you can't get pressure with a 4-man front, it really doesn't matter what personnel you have anyway. I mean, It doesn't matter what personnel you put out there. Generating pressure with 4 is crucial.
Well, that's because you're coming from an Eagle fan perspective.
Yeah.
And you have
look at how he's talking all rich down to us peasants. Look at this guy.
Like, we have defensive linemen and defensive ends that are over 240 pounds.
It's like we used to be able to say that, Mr. Wright. It's all good. We used to be able to say that same thing. So
the only big boys we have on the front are Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, and Jordan Davis only plays about anywhere from 13 to 15% of the snaps. We've got some undersized guys, but they don't look like. I'm sorry. Abdul Carter looks small, dude. He's not much bigger than Scatabo.
You don't have to be sorry. We know this. This isn't like we haven't seen this before.
I really am pulling for the Giants though this year. I'm still feeling 9 wins. I feel like they'll luck into some games.
I can't do 9 wins. I can't.
I'm thinking. Well, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's going to play out similar to 2022, where you'll start off. I think you will start off 3-3, like you said, because you have to. I mean, if you have any chance at all, you got to start 3-3. I feel like you guys will pull some wins out of your hat. I mean, didn't you win a game against Carolina where you went for 2 back in 2022? And there were some other games that you went.
We had a guy named Saquon that helped out of that.
Thibodeau had a strip sack for a touchdown against Washington.
But you actually said the key word, against Carolina.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Not like it was against Kansas City, against, the Steelers. We played Russell Wilson, the 47-year-old quarterback, so our quarterback, and lost to him in Pittsburgh.
Do you guys think Dexter Lawrence
True.
by himself can generate enough pressure to help the other edge rushers get home? Because I feel like he was having a defensive player of the year season before he got hurt last year with 9 sacks in 8 games or
No, he
whatever
was.
it
He
was.
was. He was definitely in the running.
Of all the players on that roster, it really comes down to him to carry that defense because if he can keep getting double teamed, triple teamed, I do think Abdul Carter has enough speed that, you know, maybe once, twice, 3 times a game he'll hit the right speed rush move and catch a tackle off guard. I don't think he's ever going to have the volume stats, but I do think with his speed, if you can generate interior pressure, he should be okay.
You want to see people? You want to see Giant fans get mad at me, James?
Oh God.
Do you want to see?
What are you gonna do now, man?
You want to see me mad at me? Everyone has this affinity for saying that Dexter Lawrence was having an MVP or defensive player of the year type season with his 9 sacks in 12 games. How many forced fumbles did he have, do you think, in 12 games?
Forced fumbles?
Mm-hmm.
I know he had at least one, right?
Yeah, but how many do you think he had?
I say 2. I say 2 maybe.
He had 1. How many tackles for a loss do you think he had?
Oh God, he's going like into the deep dive here.
Not a deep dive. This is actually a high level dive. How many
tackles for loss?
Yeah. You're the big guy. You know, you should have at least a good amount of tackles for losses because you are the guy in the middle and you're getting penetration. So wouldn't you think you would get to the quarterback or the running back in the backfield?
You know what? Let's just take 20.
Well, let's try 7.
I was gonna say 6.
How many quarterback hits do you think he had?
Okay, so if he had 9 sacks, he'd have to at least have 15 quarterback
sacks.
hits.
No, the NFL doesn't go like college. NFL keeps stats. Sacks do not equate to quarterback hits.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. So that's actually
like in college. A tackle for a loss is also considered. I mean, a sack is also considered for a tackle for a loss. That's not the NFL doesn't score that way. So how many?
So everything's separate. All the stats are separate.
Everything's separate. So how many tackles for a loss do you think he had? I'm not. How many quarterback hits do you think he had? I'm sorry.
Now I'm scared.
In 12 games.
8.
Not 9.
16.
Okay, that's
okay.
Good.
All right. Whoo. He should have went higher on that one.
Other big season in 2022, he had 28. Now this is where we get into the nitty-gritty. This is where you get into the money. You're a defensive tackle. You are leading the point of attack. You had 44 combined tackles. How many solo tackles do you think he had compared to assists?
I always see him in the pile, so I'd assume he has more assists than solo for sure.
I ain't gonna front that stat. I won't kill him on that one because if you're getting double teamed, which he certainly was,
and you reach an arm out and grab the guy, like
he's gonna have more. So
you are our big time defensive player of the year.
I take it you're not a Dexter fan, are you?
He is.
I'm a Dexter fan.
No, he is. He's just trying to
point out. I'm
talk
just
the other side,
pointing out the other side. Just out of 44 tackles, how many tackles for a loss do you think he had? Not tackles. How many assists do you think he had compared to solo tackles?
I'd say 30 assists and 14 solo.
He had 23 solo and 21 assists.
Oh, okay. So that's a little better than I thought.
You are saying though that you think that if you are, if you're the defensive, you're the defensive guy, you're reaching and grabbing. You've had people like, if you want to have in comparison to all, to players that were defensive players of the years, you have guys like, we always compare him to Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's big season in 27, where he had those 20 tackles, 20 sacks. He had 59 tackles. How many solo tackles do you think he had compared to assists?
I bet he had 40 solo in that.
41 solo, 18 assists.
Yeah. I'm a genius. I guess it.
Let me give you a little comparison.
He's just a beast.
Let me give you a little comparison. Yeah, but this is the guy we pay him like, and we're comparing him to. See, first year in the league, he had 38 solo, 10 assists. Next year, 44-25. Next year, 36-11. Next year, 32-9. Next year, 41-18. These are guys that play the same position.
So how would you compare him to somebody like Jalen Carter? Because I don't know Jalen Carter's stats off the top of my head, but I saw entire games where he would register maybe only 2 pressures, 1 quarterback hit. but you watch the tape, like you watch the game as it's playing out, and he's the best player in our interior. It like
See,
so.
that's
So
one thing I
sometimes
got.
stats
Yeah.
don't. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No,
Sometimes
you
stats
have to say that.
But watch this. Jalen Carter, who played less snaps than Dexter Lawrence, even at only 12 games, 42 combined tackles, 25 solo, 17 assists, 12 tackles for a loss, 16 quarterback hits.
Yeah.
So he still has more solo than assists, which means you're leading the point of attack. Back in the day when I played, we used to call an assist a pile-on stat. If you jumped on the pile, you get an assist. We talked about Tay Crowder. Tay Crowder's big season when he had 145 tackles. Oh, it was such a great season. I kept trying to tell people, well, he had like 40 solo and like 70 assists.
I will say Jalen Carter's knack for getting the football loose is incredible too. He forces fumbles at a pretty consistent clip.
Right.
He forced a fumble on Stafford in the Rams. It wasn't Stafford. It was Kyron Williams chasing down the play from behind, punches the ball out in the snow. Isaiah Rodgers picks it up for a 35-yard return. We don't win the game without that. So there are those clutch moments.
You want to really laugh?
What? You're not done yet?
I'm not done yet. How many pass defenses do you think Jalen Carter had?
I want to say 10 last year. Total playoffs and regular season.
No, well, I'm just counting. I'm just counting regulars. He had
regular season 6.
For a
That's good
for a defensive lineman. You know, coming in at 315 pounds at 6'3", he had 6 pass defenses.
He's got long arms, man. He's got a longer wingspan than what he would look. You would think for his size.
I'm just saying this, guys. And like I said, I have nothing. I like Dexter Lawrence. I have nothing against him, but we treat Dexter Lawrence like he is the defensive messiah. Like he is Reggie White. Like he is the minister of defense. Like he is Aaron Donald. But if you take a look at what he has done statistically over his entire career, he is an excellent defensive tackle, one of the best players on our defense. But he's not an all-time player because I've also how many all pros, not Pro Bowls, all pros, has Dexter Lawrence made. I mean, he's like I said, he is an excellent defensive end. He is a quality defensive end. Like I said, he's probably the best defensive player we have. But we put him on this pedestal of great giant defensive players. I think once you get more talent on the roster, that'll diminish a bit. I feel like,
but he's a pure case in life. My fault, right? But Dexter Lawrence is a pure case of two things being true at the same time.
Exactly.
Giants fans overhype him, yes, because it's no probably he is our best defensive player. And at the same time, his play doesn't always show up in the stat. If you watch the tape, as people like to say, you can see the impact he's having. You can see the push. You can see it. And he's not playing with as good as players around him as Jalen Carter. So he's getting way more attention because the guys in the end are not really creating the havoc that they're supposed to. And
to build off what James was saying, the best Dexter Lawrence game that I can remember was actually the playoff loss against the Eagles in 2022. There was a single series where Miles Sanders ran up the gut for 1.5 yards. They take Dexter Lawrence out, and for the remainder of that drive, our running backs between Kenny, Jalen himself, and then Sanders were averaging like 6 yards a carry. As soon as they removed him from the equation, we were just gashing him up the middle.
Question for you then. I'm going to ask you a question. Then Lawrence Taylor, greatest defensive player, Giant history, greatest defensive player in my mind in the entire league.
I would say, yeah. Come on. Yeah.
Is in its entirety. Yes, he played with a very good semblance of a cast. You had another Hall of Famer in Harry Carson. You had Carl Banks. You also had Pepper Johnson. You had Gary Reasons.
But what about Brian Burns?
What about Brian Burns? But we're gonna get into that. But hold on. But you said before that he was a singular focus a lot of times. Dexter Lawrence on offensive teams. That
he is.
Was Lawrence Taylor not, even with all the other players around him, a singular focus of every single head coach and offensive coordinator?
Of course.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Lawrence Taylor is Lawrence Taylor's here. Next, like here.
No, but this is what I'm saying. You guys are coming at the argument that he's getting double team, he's getting triple team. Lawrence Taylor would get chipped by the tight end. Excuse me, I should rephrase that. Blocked by a tackle, chipped by the tight end, then blocked by a running back, takes 3 guys out of the play and still makes the play and still gets the sack. That to me is what you would refer to as your best defensive player, because Joe Gibbs said it best. We tried blocking him with a running back, didn't work. We tried blocking him with the tight end, didn't work. We tried blocking him with the tight end running back, didn't work. We tried blocking him with the tackle, didn't work. We tried blocking him with the tight end, the tackle, and the running back, still doesn't work. That to me is defensive greatness. That even though you're every team between 81 and 93, even towards the end of the season, the singular focus of the New York Giants, what defense was to stop Lawrence Taylor.
Of course.
I've never heard anyone say, well, you know what, Lawrence, they're trying to stop Lawrence, so that's why that's why he's not getting sacks today. That's all I'm saying.
No, but you definitely have heard teams saying they're not trying to Trenton's point, and he's on the opposition, so he can speak to it, that they're not really trying to run at him either. Nobody, it's not that like the Kayvon thing where, or even the Burns thing where, like you say, and it's true, the best point to get to them is to run at them. Nobody's really trying to run at Dexter Lawrence and and just to say in his defense.
I'm going to give you another moment in time because, I like these things. You remember when we had our friend
King of the almost stack.
Remember when we had him? One point in time before the winning season, before we started winning the year before that, prior to that, we had a very poor. So we were supposed to have this great interior line with Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams. Both of them got hurt towards the end of the year. Our defensive line run in reference to average per run against us actually improved when both of them were out. We talked about that years ago. That we went from giving up like 4.2 yards a carry, then these two guys go out and we're giving up like 3.3. You can't say can't say. All I'm saying is this, and like I said, I keep telling people over and again. I think Dexter Lawrence is a fantastic player. I think he's wonderful. I think he's one of the best defensive tackles in the league. But you can't sit there and tell me that he does the little things that don't show up on the stat sheet, because I always hate that, because of the fact that they're trying to stop him when the greatest defensive player in NFL history played on the same team, and at times you had at least 3 guys blocking him and he still made the play.
I think he gets more credit maybe than his due just because of how bad the rest of the defensive personnel is. When I watch Giants games, the only guy I really focus on is Dex. So, you know what I mean? It might be one of those phantom things where it's like, oh, Dex is having a great game, even if he has no stats, just because everybody else is getting dog walked up and down the field.
Listen, I'm not saying he is not a good player. I'm not saying he's not a great player. I'm just saying that you have to look at this because Greg, like Greg said, he gets triple teamed every time. Okay, well, so I grew up watching Lawrence Taylor, and I can tell you this: Lawrence Taylor got quadruple teamed at times, and still, Lawrence Taylor. I still remember the Reuben Mays play in the Meadowlands. Reuben Mays, who at the time he was a big-time running back for the Saints, was literally going to look like he was going around the corner for a huge gain. Lawrence Taylor was on the other side of the field. He ran through like 4 different defenders and grabbed on and jumped on the back of Reuben Mays and took him down for a loss. I'm just saying this, hey, listen, you know what? We had Coach Yost on the thing. You want to act like a star. You got to give me a star effort.
That's true, but in Dexter's defense, before we get to Taylor, let's compare him to like Michael Strahan before we go right to like Lawrence Taylor. It's like we went to like Black Jesus and cleats. It's like it's kind of hard to pull that guy's stats up against anybody.
Here's the thing, though. I don't think you want me to go against Michael Strahan.
I know how great Michael Strahan was, for like even on horrible teams when he was the standout on defense and still coming up with plays and still, like he actually played on really bad teams and actually still was a standout all-pro.
You want to hear a crazy stat for him?
Here we go. I open my mouth, y'all. I'm playing the other side.
154 tackles. He had 663 solo.
Jesus.
which
That's
means
crazy.
that he only had 118 assists.
He's a one-man wrecking crew.
Listen, you want to get, here you go. Let's get nuts. 40-27, 58-48, 63-54, 68-59, 67-53. I mean, this guy was a fucking nut. I mean, literally.
No, he was the, I mean, Mike was Mike was Mike. That's what I'm saying. We don't even have to go to Lawrence Taylor. We could go to Strahan, because a lot of fans, I think they forget that. Like, obviously we bring up Taylor, he's arguably top 5 greatest NFL player ever, but people like Michael Strahan, even a Jesse Armstead, when they were here, like, listen, everybody's not going to be Steph Curry, LeBron James. It's okay to be Jamal Mashburn.
Of course,
it's okay to be.
How would you two guys stack up Justin Tuck versus Dexter Lawrence if you had to pick either one in their prime?
Whoa.
As Giants fans.
Again, like, there's go ahead, Tiff. You take that.
That's
like the guy who called himself He-Man. I'm probably taking He-Man.
Yeah, that's oranges and hand grenades. That's like, that's two different things.
Yeah, like we've had guys here. Again, the NASCAR thing is not new to the NFL, like Tim was saying, but it's not new to us. I know it's been a while ago, but it's not ages ago. We've done this before. They're just trying to replicate it from years past. I get it, but when we did it, we had guys that were massive as far as at that position, and guys that could impose a will and put like forces where you didn't want to run at them. These guys, the running game, no, they can make solo tackles. They can get to the quarterback. They could be versatile. We need to see that from this group coming out, hopefully, and again, I'm not saying they're going to be that. That's not what I'm saying, but that's what we're aiming for, some resemblance of that.
Here's my last point with Dexter Lawrence. The last 5 games of the season before he got hurt, how many sacks did he have? Last 5.
Before
5.
None.
5. God damn it, Dex.
He had Pittsburgh 0 sacks. This Pittsburgh 4 combined. I mean, I'm going to go this one. Pittsburgh 0 sacks, 2 solo, 2 assists. Washington, big divisional game, which we lost 22-27, 6 combined, 1 solo, 5 assists. Carolina, which we lost in overtime, 0, 1 solo, 3 assists. Tampa, which we lost 30-7, 0 solo, 3 assists. And then the Dallas game, which we lost by 7, 2 solo, 1 assist. And he had 1 tackle for loss in 5 games.
No, I mean, listen, he's not Aaron Donald. He's not Ray Lewis. He's not what Giants fans have been saying. But at the same time, he's a damn good player. He has been good for us. I mean, again, his stats don't always show up with his impact on the game. And if the guys on the edge would do their part the way they're supposed to, I think it would help him out instead of him always having to bear the brunt. Like we were saying before, like the guy gets a lot of attention. He's not getting it because he sucks, And I know you didn't say that, and I'm not saying you said that. I'm just saying I'm
just saying, to Greg's point, you can't say he gets triple teamed every time, when so did Strahan and so did Lawrence Taylor, and both of them were all-time Rushmore Giant defense.
He's the only Giant on defense that would actually take starting reps for the Eagles. We would play him right next to Jalen Carter. That's why I like him.
If you put him on yellow,
then you're a different scenario. I'm just saying we have this perspective sometimes that we don't look back. And there's a great new podcast coming out that's going to deal with all this. It's gonna be a Giant podcast. It's gonna be a great new podcast. So people are gonna love it.
I think honestly, I see this more with Giants offensive players like Darius Slayton. I've never understood Darius Slayton hype. But you've got Giants fans defending the contract that Darius Slayton signed, which Saquon's extension they just signed with the Eagles is a very similar contract.
Slayton's the 3rd receiver on a good team, on a playoff team.
I would take Jahan Dotson over Slayton. I would. Slayton has a higher drop rate, doesn't he?
He does have Slayton has he has moments of concentration issues, but I would still take Slayton.
I think Slayton's a little more explosive than him, right?
Yeah, Jahan doesn't have any explosive to him.
Like Slayton, like, listen, Mr. Wright, I'm the Slayton defender here, on this channel, And I have been, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Slayton's gonna have a better year than Papa Smurf and Jalen Hyatt. I take a bet on anybody with that right now.
Yeah,
I'm not talking to y'all.
I think Slayton with Russ actually that fits his skill set better.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, like to Tim's point, there's a lot of and I was making the joke in the chat that Hyatt packed on muscle or whatever. Ha ha. That's like that's gonna help him catch. But we overhype players, and then some players here who are actually pretty decent. Like Slayton's not. Listen, I ain't calling him Jerry Rice. I'm not even calling him Plaxico Burress or Victor Cruz. But for us, we could actually use a guy like a Slayton, on this team. Like if we have a Neighbors now, true number one. If we had a tight end, like all pieces together, Slayton would fit in his role, and it wouldn't be such a. But hate it or not, he's been our best receiver for 4 years. Which ain't saying much. But
I got a name for you, and I want you to say in their prime, yes or no against Slayton. I'm going to give you one name, Amani Toomer.
Oh, come on, Toomer. Come on, don't do that. The well-dressed Amani Toomer? We do well-dressed Amani Toomer? Don't disrespect
Did he shoot himself in the foot, or was that Plaxico?
No,
I always
that was Mr. Sweatpants. Plaxico.
That was because people forget, though, Amani Toomer was, he had, he had 5,000 yards. First Giant to have 5,000 yard seasons in a row. No, he had 6. He had 6. He had 6 in a row. He was a burner. He was still, because he averaged 14.2 yards a catch.
And he was way more sure-handed than Slayton could ever hope to be.
It was way more sure-handed, but someone on Twitter compared him to Amani Toomer the other day. That he's gonna have the Amani Toomer impact.
Like Amani Toomer impact. No, Amani Toomer was like the number one on the team for years. So it's like you try to say he's gonna be Neighbors. No, we already have our Amani Toomer. That's Neighbors. So that whole argument is foobar.
Well, it's always
Stupid Giant Twitter posts.
we always have to have that. But
that's most Giants Twitter posts.
I saw that today, and that's why I was laughing, James. I thought of you.
It's ridiculous, It's like, I mean, who was oh my God, I'm drawing a blank right now. First, the 2007 Super Bowl, he went to his team after he got hurt. Who was the slot?
Steve
Smith?
Yeah, Steve
I
Smith.
mean, shoot. Steve Smith was better the years he was here than Slayton, like as far as like sure-handedness, we could always go. Eli always went to him on third down, never, hardly ever disappointed.
He had 100-something catches the second season or the next season before he got hurt, and then he went to Philadelphia. You know what happens when you go to Philadelphia.
Yeah, we're not talking about that, but I'm just saying, like,
Philly, and then all of a sudden just suck.
Yeah, it's just he had a bad cheesesteak, I guess. I don't know, but
he went to.
But we've had we've had guys here, like, and again, I'll defend Slayton because until Neighbors showed up, it was like, what did we have? We didn't have much, and I'm not calling it.
I love this from OGR Sports and OGR Sports. You didn't have to give me super chat, my brother, but I'll super chat. Go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. If your channel, you stay on as long as you want, but I'm pretty sure you said you were leaving well over 15 minutes ago.
Lex,
because listen, I could be talking to 4 people. I forget there's people in the chat sometimes. Sometimes I think I'm just talking to the people on the screen. So I haven't been watching the clock. OGR, come on. Well, you know what? Hey, smart ass, come on a minute. Then I'll leave at 8:30. Because if it goes over 2 hours, I can't create shorts. Well, at least I'm honest about it.
You can't tell Lex that now. He's like, now I'm going to make you go over.
No, I have to. Like I said, I can't create shorts. Shorts are the greatest thing ever. But there will be a new Giant channel. I'm very excited. I'm very excited about this. I think I'm going to make the announcement on Sunday, Father's Day.
Oh,
this is actually my first Father's Day I can celebrate. My first baby is going to be born this October, so I'm pretty hyped.
Oh, well, congratulations, brother.
Well, it'd be next year.
Well, no, I can celebrate ahead of time. Don't tell me how to live my life.
I'm going to. That's what my job is.
You know what I'm actually getting for Father's Day? The new Super Bowl champs hat.
A Giants hoodie.
Super Bowl 59.
A Giants hoodie. We're gonna get. Here he is. Wait, Lex. What do you?
Lex.
What do you got? Something to say?
Lex.
You run your mouth. You want to come on? Run your mouth. Come on. Let's talk about soccer and the transfer portal and all that stuff. I was watching Gooner Gathering today. And I accidentally called it soccer, and they're like, and the one guy's like, "Oh, I don't know if he's talking about that." I'll be like, "Oh,
I wouldn't wear a Giants hoodie, but I would wear a Giants hat because I'm a hat guy. So if you got one of you wants to put me in a Giants hat, I'd be fine with that.
Well,
you
Tim, I
bald?
will say this: next
you bald?
time an Englishman,
Hey, hold on, OJR. Trenton, are you bald?
No, I got some.
You have hair? No, it's a good amount.
He's looking good. Looking good there.
That's a good
yeah,
amount.
I'm the only bald one on this stream.
I was
Flex.
So,
My dad's bald. My dad's bald, so he got me into the hats from a young age.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
So next time an Englishman, makes fun of you for saying soccer, just remind them they're the ones that invented it. They're the ones that invented the word soccer.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Where were you like fucking 4 hours ago?
I was watching my kid play soccer.
You mean football?
Uh,
So Lex, what do you got for us? You got 5 minutes because I do have to make sure we get
I don't really have much. I thought I didn't even plan on coming on.
Neither did I.
And,
He said, "I got nothing, fellas."
I was like, I don't have any content. I have nothing to put up on shorts. I would literally have to go downstairs in my office and create some tomorrow. It's supposed to be nice out. I want to take the bike out. I'm going to the gun shop. I got a lot going on tomorrow. So I can't be making shorts. I found this great website. This is not a they're not fully endorsed by us. I'll probably get in trouble on YouTube. Guns.com.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
I sent some to James that I didn't even know I could buy that. Guns, and I bought it. So when you come here, James, we're gonna have some fun. And they just send it to whatever gun store you want to, and you just go pick it up. It's great because you can see all this shit. You're like, I can own that.
Gonna get fired, Mr. Wright. They're gonna be like, Carl's gonna be like, he was promoting what? I'll email him right now.
I'm trying though, but greatest website ever. And then the gun store calls me today and says they're here. And I'm like, this is awesome. I love living in Pennsylvania. It's like living in Texas. Just there's not many Texans here. Same thing. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I enjoyed your story.
It was a good story. It was a good. But I want to get up early tomorrow because I bought a new bike not that long.
Well, first off,
I'm gonna take that out, but then I got to come and get my son so we can go to the gun store.
What is early for you though?
Well, I'm usually up at no later than 7:30. Usually during school, I'm up at 4:45, 5:45.
Okay.
So I sleep in a little bit when there's no school.
So then, like, I'm a sadistic one that gets up 4:30 every morning.
Oh, that's your
4:30.
That's your own fault.
What are you, my grandfather? You driving the rig? 18 wheeler?
Oh, my hours are 6 to 2. I work in construction.
Oh no, I get to 6 to 2. No, trust me.
So I got a lot going on. Plus, it's Father's Day. And yes, Trenton, I was just being me. You are allowed to celebrate Father's Day.
Thank you. With your permission, huh?
With my permission. So, are you having a boy or a girl?
I'm having a girl. Yep.
And the name is?
Working on it. It's a name, work in progress.
I got a name for you. Sequinina.
Sequina?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna go with that.
She's gonna be a Caucasian baby, so I don't know if Sequina would fit the.
I'm gonna send her so much Giant stuff. Your girl wife's gonna be like, "Who's this guy keeps sending New York Giant stuff for her?"
We're gonna.
Hey, I would let my child be a Giants fan, but Dallas, I would never let my kids root for the Dallas Cowboys or the Kansas City Chiefs. Those are the two teams that are off the rooting list for them.
Why not the Chiefs? Just because of recent history?
No, just because of ancient history. I'm still butthurt about that holding call. I told you last year.
I was gonna say going back to this.
Yeah.
Is your wife in the sports?
She is. Yeah, she loves football. She didn't before we met. She wasn't really into it, but she started watching the Eagles in the 2022 season with me, so she got to see a really good season. That kind of sucked her in. So it was perfect.
She said,
Yeah. I love this one. Name her Camden or Newark? Trenton.
Oh, I get it.
Oh.
I get it.
I was actually gonna go with that. I was gonna say Asbury Park.
Good one, Omega.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Ryan's V Blue says, I hated Giants fans rooting for the Eagles over the Chiefs in the Super Bowl fake. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now.
You hated me.
My son was, I think he was in first grade or second grade when they were that first Eagles Super Bowl, and his school was on the local news before every playoff game at every pep rally. And he was a Giant fan. We lived in Pennsylvania, so but he went to the school. So, every pep rally, I always dressed him in an Eli Manning number 10 jersey, and I loved it though because he was on Channel 6 because that was the one that would cover the pep rallies.
Mm-hmm.
And you could always find my kid because he was the one idiot in the sea of green wearing the Eli Manning jersey. And then he came home, and I still have my Zach Ertz shirt.
There you go.
That he made me buy. He came home and said, "Dad, I live in Pennsylvania. I want to root for the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Is that okay?" Needless to say, I am now one son short. So, I mean, we're all good.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
No, but worst case, we had an Eagles party. I wore a Zach Ertz shirt.
There you go.
I wore an Eagles hat. We had Eagles paraphernalia all over the house.
Oh my goodness!
For the first Super Bowl, the
you
one
hear
we
that,
won
Lex?
against the
I
Patriots.
don't want to vomit after all that.
I was wearing
Giants Revival. Hit that like button with the chat. I don't know who Giants Revival is. Who's Giants Revival?
my fit for the first Super Bowl was a Carson Wentz blacked out T-shirt with an Eagles beanie. That was what I was rocking that night.
Lex, who's
the blacked out Eagles jerseys are dope though.
No.
James, who? I don't remember Giants Revival. Do you remember? Has he been on the chat before?
New York Revival. It says.
New York Revival. Has he been on the chat before?
I don't think so. Could be a newcomer.
I don't recognize.
Welcome to the cult.
Welcome to the cult. We're just having one of these slow days today.
Making content. Making reels.
making content. Making reels. I got a couple minutes. 3 dudes. They are cool peeps. 3 dudes.
Oh, Danny knows them. Danny says they're cool. So
is that code, Danny?
Or is he talking about us?
All right, let's get it. Well, there's 4 of us. Well, no, there's only 3 of us because we can get rid of Lex. You know I love you, brother, man. You know I love you, Lex.
I know you do.
Because I even talked to him outside of the channel. Just yes, sir. Wait, is he talking? Wait, yes, sir to what? Is he talking about the 3 dudes? I'm still very confused. But Giant Revival, welcome. If you're a Giant channel, I'd like to welcome you to this mess that we have here. It's also you can listen to the rebroadcast on the Believe Network. And also every place podcast where that rebroadcast will be up mañana. I also want to thank Believe and everything else because we're nobody. And thank you for the love. I don't know who you are. I wish I knew. I don't. Here's the thing I feel bad about. I don't. James, who are they?
They're good people. Just shout them out. Be courteous.
I am being courteous, but we got. Shut up. We had our 4th week in a row, I think, with over 10,000 downloads on the Believe Network. So
there you go.
We want to make sure that we give a big shout out to Believe, even though Amon Green screwed us, but we're still making fun.
I was like, and that's with the no show.
That was with the no show.
See, first we were on lettuce, Lex.
Yeah.
Now we on the fries.
You know what?
But look at the guests. Look at the guests that you can have on anytime. I mean, look at us go. So
yeah,
you can still make your content with us.
I'm such a loser. I can't even get the guy from WFAN to come on.
You don't want that guy.
No, I don't want that guy.
I'm telling you, you don't want that guy.
But we still had almost 2,000 views on that video, and the guy didn't show up. And we had like another, I think, like another 1,000 downloads.
We'll get you. I mean, one day you will get Carl Banks. So
Carl Banks. You know what? I've already said this before. Carl Banks comes on sometime in August. That is the magnum opus. And then we can concentrate on the brand new Giant channel that I will be running. I'm telling you, it's going to be epic. You think the pirate ship was epic?
That was pretty epic.
You think that? I can't wait to
that
see
was pretty good. I like
that. Was right. That was pretty epic.
The pirate with back for the regular season.
York Giants. Are you replacing Bob Papa?
Damn it! How did you know that I am replacing?
The guy in the chat now says 3 amigos: Chevy, Steve, and Eddie Murphy.
Well, it wasn't Eddie Murphy. It was Martin Short. Chevy Chase, Steve Martin, and Martin Short. Oh, but James Black.
He's trying. He's trying. I was gonna say, gosh, are you guys high in here with me? He's calling y'all the Three Amigos, and I'm Eddie Murphy.
Oh,
come on, guys.
Eddie Murphy in Golden Child or Harlem Nights?
Harlem Nights, because he was quick.
Good point. And Red Fox.
You like that, Lex?
Oh, no. Did you hear what I said? I said Eddie Murphy and the Nutty Professor. There you go.
And the Nutty Professor. What?
Hey, Lex, why don't you tell us about Asians and their voiceover acting?
I'm never gonna let that one down.
No, you're not. I'm never gonna. You're gonna be on your deathbed. I'm like, remember that? When you insulted the whole race of Asians.
A text message, a stream of text messages that I can't even talk about because I'm going to bring it up on Sunday because I need Strider in the room.
Oh my God, that was so Lex. I love you for that.
Is Strider the guy that was getting chased by birds the one time?
Yes.
The crows were coming for Strider.
That's Slider. That's Slider. What about inviting Daniel Jones on the channel? I don't think we got that. Yeah, okay, sure.
How crazy is that? Real quick,
for cash. He got that big contract. He doesn't need to come to any shows.
How crazy is it that this dude Anthony Richardson is just, I don't know what's wrong with this brother. He better get it together. But how crazy is that Daniel Jones might actually get to be out there at the start of camp?
If Daniel Jones and former Eagles offensive coordinator Shane Steichen go to the playoffs together, we really are living in a simulation.
They're not going to the playoffs. We're not going to go.
They're not going to the playoffs. There's no way.
Colts I would just love to see it, though. I would love to see it. I swear to God. For all those people who said, well, if he goes to another team on another situation, watch how good he's going to be, man.
New York Revival is a giant content creator channel. They follow me, so I guess I need to follow them. Okay, I'm going to follow them. Okay. Hefe?
I just need to make a channel and do hat reviews. Just sell my hat one by one.
There you go.
You should.
And then use the funds to buy more hats.
You should. I'm trying to find out who these people are. I like when I find new people. Because then I think they're going to like me for like a little bit, and then they're going to.
What'd you think when I washed up on your shores of stream? Your pirate stream.
I said,
on his shores.
I said, oh, geez, we found another fucking idiot. You got to be an idiot. Collab. Yeah, I'll collab with them. They seem like nice guys. I'm looking at their YouTube. I'm looking at their YouTube channel here. You know what's amazing to me? These people seem like they got people on here like who's Madeline Burke. She's someone famous, right?
That sounds familiar. Why do I know that name?
Why do I know Madeline Burke?
Because she works for the Giants.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Lex.
Thank you, Lex.
Feminine clutch. I had no idea who she was. I was just gonna stare.
They have these people, like they get people to come on their show, man. That's
all the people who actually show up.
That's impressive. They get people, they get people on their show. I just laugh though because sometimes I wonder about our channel and how, because I call this our channel because anyone that hangs out on this mess, this is our channel. But I'm always amazed that some of these channels that get like all these, like, I'm not making fun of anybody because I don't know how YouTube analytics and things work, but you know, they seem like they're pretty professional. They got a lot of followers on the Twitter and then they get these people, but they only get like, you know, like on a stream, like 109 views, 260 views, 100 views, 127 views. How the fuck do we get thousands of views?
Because we let Lex tell racist jokes.
Good point.
What are you talking about?
Because you're not afraid of the other side.
Good point.
There you go. That too.
That too. About that because I always think we're a bunch of stupid morons, which we are.
You dress up like a pirate. Who else is going? Who else is doing that?
Who else is going to the lengths to make us laugh that you do? You know what I mean? Like you had to put on that outfit.
Everybody says he's such a hard ass, Trenton, but they don't like. First of all, comedy is different than it was 20 years ago. R.I.P. George Carlin, one of my goats.
Yeah.
And it's just like they don't get that we love the team. Tim loves the team. Tim, but just for Tim, this is, you know, this is our home, but this is Tim's channel. Tim would not have had season tickets for years if he did not love the team.
Exactly.
So
Thank you,
it's like It's just so funny.
Well, I've had to explain that to my wife before when we're watching a game and I'm just pacing the room, swearing and throwing shit around, my hats and stuff. And I'm like, I love the Eagles. Don't get me wrong. But I'm realistic. If they do something stupid, I get pissed, man.
And Tim is trying to get rid of his season tickets, and he's still going to go to every game this year.
I'm still going to go to every game. Thank you. Like, so I'm a fucking moron. But
even if he sneaks in.
I'm looking at this, though. And like I said, this channel looks very professional. I'm going to ask them if they want to come on. They look very professional. But then there's our stupid asses. 1,600 views on the stream. 1,400, 1,700, 2022. 2023. What are we doing different that we actually that we have people that watch and stay and watch?
I think it's because you're authentic.
Insult everyone.
I think it's because you're authentic.
You don't stink, you New York Revival. I see your channel, man. You look awesome. You look like you got like a lot of good shit. You don't stink.
A better question would be, how did all these channels grow in number the last 5 years, preaching on how Daniel Jones was going to be good?
That Revival. Do you have a camera? You must have a camera and stuff. Come on. I'll put the link in the chat. I only have like 11 minutes because then that's going to screw up my whole short thing. Come on the chat if you're available. I'd like to talk to you because I'd like to see who you are. No, you don't I like when people like we stink. No self-deprecating humor. That's my job. But I'd like to meet these people because I'm always curious how we get people to stay on live streams because it amazes me.
I've got to upload an Eagles schedule prediction here pretty soon.
Well,
that's what I would like.
We need to come up with a channel. Who is it? El Jefe? I don't know who El Jefe is. Isn't that the boss?
That's what that translates to. Yeah.
My wife is Hispanic, so I think I would know that, but I think that's the boss. But yeah, if it's El Jefe, sure, El Jefe, come on now. We like talking to people. I like Ryan. He'll stab me in the back soon, though. Don't worry. He'll become popular and forget about me. That's why I have to go crying.
Ryan, they're gonna tell Ryan, you have to separate yourself from this guy because he's just bringing you down.
He's just bringing me down, man. But I'm always curious about that. Like, how do you get giant guests to come on? I'm always curious about that.
I have a suggestion, Tim.
Sure, shoot.
Ask.
Don't insult people, you fucking idiot.
Ask.
No, that's effort and work and this.
I mean, you have the Believe Network behind you. You know, you have a producer.
What? Carl Banks is coming on. Isn't that not enough? A big enough ask?
Ask Carl. Or you could go the dweeb route and run laps.
What about Brian Burns? Have Brian Burns on.
Carl Banks actually responds to my DMs. So, I mean, is that not enough? No, I don't know. But how would you ask? Who would I ask? I mean, how do you literally? I'm not actually being facetious here. I'm actually being, this is an honest question. Like, how would you go about asking, or whom would you go and ask, and how would you do that? You had a YouTube channel, Lex.
I mean, for me, I just usually people have some sort of way of contacting them, email or whatever, especially if it's like another YouTube channel. They usually have an email listed and says, hey, any business inquiries or blah, 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 blah.
I have that.
So that's one way. And then you have the Believe Network behind you.
We saw that worked with Amon Green.
Well, I mean, we're starting with the local giant area type thing. So, I mean, ask. I mean, they must know people. They're part of the Believe Network. They have
they must know people.
I mean, come on now.
Well, I'm going to say this. They have Carl Banks.
There you go.
I don't know about the Bob Papa guy because there might be a replacement coming up on a new channel. Let's see. Omega Supreme says you have to sell on it, Tim. That's why we love you're not a sellout. No, I'm a pirate.
Not to toot your horn too much here, but you're the only person that would actually bring your own fans on the channel consistently.
Yeah, because that's what you're supposed to do. It's called a fan channel, right?
You're also the only Giants channel I've ever seen.
Here we go. A guy named Eli Rax. He does all the guests. We don't know how he gets them. Who's Eli Rax? Anyone? Bueller?
No, but okay. I mean, he obviously has connections.
I'm telling you, we stink. No, you don't. Hey, what's up, El Gigante? What's up, me, Gigante? What's going on, brother? The boys are
Hey,
back.
papa.
Let's go. The cult is here. Give me the treasure chest. Arr, mateys. I'm telling you,
Arg.
you can't.
Arg.
You have like 7,000 things.
Listen, we could tell you some channels that really stink, but
can tell you some
in a good mood right now.
It's Eli, Hefe, and something else. And they have this page that you go on it. It's called a link tree. What is this? You click on this. What's Twitch?
Oh my god.
That's for like, yo, I think that's for like video gamers.
Oh, Twitch to me, I call that stroke.
It's a Gen Z website, buddy.
All right. I'm
Gen
learning.
Z.
Look at that. I'm learning, man. I'm learning. This is called.
Guys are learning in real time.
This is called. We haven't talked about the Giants in 40 minutes. Oh my god. Tim is. I know I'm old. I'm not lying. Okay, Twitch. I know what Instagram is. I know what Spotify is. I know what Apple Podcast. Let's go to Apple Podcast. Let's push that button here. Wow, man, this pops up. This is like professional.
This guy, look at like he's like, wow, look at this, man. They got like
Tim's gonna hire these guys.
Look at this, man. Wow. This guy's about to jump ship from Believe, Lex. Look at it.
This link tree thing, man. You go to it and you click it, and then like their podcast. If I click Spotify, what does that do? Hold on. Let's go to Spotify. Okay, it goes to Spotify. Now, how do I do this? Hold on. Let's see. Can you? Let's see. Can you guys hear? Are you getting any audio?
Was that Flash Gordon?
Is it? Can you hear the New York Revival?
No, I
can't hear it.
I heard the brief opening, and that was about it.
Oh, that's weird. No, maybe it's because it's on. Maybe it's because I don't know how to turn off that. Maybe it's because it's on LinkedIn. What is this link? I want a link tree. Does anyone know how to do this?
Tim, there's something called AI out there.
No. Listen, let me tell you something about fucking AI. Let me tell you something about AI. I do not go on ChatGPT. I don't go on any of these other things at all.
You don't even need to go on.
No, because they take your brain. And could you imagine my thoughts and personality and brains in AI? Fucking Skynet would happen like in an hour.
It might happen, but for you,
it would happen.
What do you think happens when you go Google search nowadays? It goes right to AI.
I don't Google search anything.
Okay.
I use Ask Jeeves.
Which is probably AI as well.
Eli is my
I will say the AI with the music is a little creepy.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk to Eli Manning. Or was it the Eli guy? I'm still fucking.
Says Eli is the brother, maybe the brother of Peyton. Maybe that's.
I was going to say. All right, that's cool.
All
right.
I'm just telling y'all right now. He said Eli is the brother. The way he's phrasing that, I'm getting that Eli is the brother, fellas.
Right,
okay, let me just break that down for y'all. Okay.
That James, that's why you're here.
And I could be wrong. But I'm just saying.
James is our ghetto tour guide. That's why he's here.
Just saying, guys.
Ghetto superstar. That's what you are. Except I lived in worse places than James did. James's basement's nicer than mine. Or his attic.
The garage. I mean, listen. This is
my living room wall.
Doesn't look any better than
sitting
mine.
on the couch.
It looks kind of the same. Honestly, it looks like we're in the same house.
Lex in the dark.
Lex was like building some laser for sharks before
my
we
hat is
hopped on.
casting a shadow over my face. I don't really like it. There we go.
I like to thank
there's a lamp on it over here.
There we go. I like to thank the 52 people that are still hanging out.
Hey, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, man. All the good brothers, all the men out there holding it down, man. We don't do that enough.
Happy birthday to my brother Colin.
Colin, happy birthday.
Yep,
happy birthday to Trenton's soon-to-be daughter, which is going to be in October, Hillsborough. So of course that is her name, correct? I collab chat. What does that mean? Collab.
What?
I don't know, man. We stopped talking about the Giants 48 minutes. They're still.
I mean, it's like, but that's why the channel, because it's like some people beat you over the head with the. You gotta look at the Jalen Hyatt stack at how much his percentage was when the wind was 38 degrees, and it's like, all right.
My favorite, his completion percentage over expected. That is my least favorite stat.
Yeah, it's like,
his
all right,
completion percentage over expected.
It's like, what does that mean?
I can see Lex now. I'm happy. I don't feel like he's plotting against me because now I can see him. He didn't look like he was in it. He's no longer in his evil lair.
James is in a darker place than I am right
Yeah,
now.
like I said about my hat, it's like casting a shadow over my head. I gotta move.
I'm looking at Trent
I'm
going,
moving to the light.
Here.
There we go.
OG knockout. I love OG knockout. Eli is good for business.
We're back in the light now. Let's
Well,
see.
New York Revival, I would like to invite you on, or if you want to invite me on, how can we make it happen, Danny? Who the fuck is Danny? Oh, Danny. If you want to come on the show, New York Revival, come on a Sunday show because we have a lot larger audience. This was, I have to admit this, and I admit this freely. This was what I like to refer to as a last minute lazy stream because I needed some YouTube shorts. So I come on here and I get 2 hours and then I can make YouTube shorts and then I can just be lazy for the rest of the year. So
You'll get some good shorts out of our Dexter Lawrence talk for sure. That was a good segment.
Old man, hit the link. What link?
Old man, hit the link.
Yeah, if you're coming on Revival, you got to come on now because I literally have I fully understand. Look, I'll put the link in the thing. I got 4 minutes because then I can't go over 2 hours because then
I got 4 minutes. You said that 30 minutes ago, Lex.
Shut up, James. Nobody liked you except for me, my brother.
Oh my God.
I'm still waiting for a visit. I'm just saying, I'm still waiting for a visit.
Oh, it's coming. We got to go. Well, listen, I'm not saying what you're saying. I don't have that. I'm not even going to say what we're gonna go do because you can get away with that. If I say that, it's going to be feds at my door as soon as we get off this chat.
June, if you have an X account, I'll DM you. I do have an X account.
You
Twitter,
do?
yes, I do have
Yes,
one.
that would go on your link tree, by the way.
That would go on my link tree. It's on my big blue one. Listen, I'll I don't know.
Zach, where are you, Zach?
Zach attack. Zach is
Zach. I know you're on a date somewhere. This guy needs your help. He doesn't know what a link tree is. He's moving up in the world.
I don't know. I'm getting one of these. This is fucking awesome. You push it, and it takes you to places. Look, I clicked on their Twitter, and I went right to their Twitter.
It's literally in the name, link tree, meaning
the future is now.
Yes.
Listen,
many people on social media accounts, especially women, have those.
Shut up, Link. Shut up, Link. Shut up, Lex, because you're evil. You can go link tree. Did you kill Superman? Okay, wait a minute. This is how do you set this up? Where do you go? Do I go to linktree.com? Oh, right here. No, you can join on a link tree. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Link tree, I found it. Okay, I got the website. All right. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Tim, you usually do research when you're not on camera.
Have you seen this show? Of course you have.
You know
we do research. Listen, there's still 51 people here. I want to see how far we can go. We haven't talked about the Giants in 52 minutes, so I want to see how far we can make this happen. I'm gonna make it happen. New York Revival. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm too lazy. I am me.
You'll figure it out.
No, I'm just too lazy to go on Twitter now and do anything because I gotta go do things. Does anyone got anything last to say? Because I do have to leave because I have 8 minutes. I don't want to cut over the time. So
thanks for having me on, brother. See you next time.
Trent, you're always welcome. We are doing a unless Believe fires me. We're doing if Trent, you might be interested. We're doing a hospitality suite over at a Trenton Thunder game at the end of June. So we're gonna invite a bunch of people that are Giant fans and Eagle fans to come over and spend the afternoon with us at the hospitality suite. But we'll have more information on that. So
all right, see ya.
All right, Trent. Peace.
Hey, boys.
All
right, brother.
Well, nice meeting you.
Lex, what do you got for us? I got 2 minutes. What do you got?
I mean, Giants wise, it's OTA.
Don't have to be Giant wise.
Man, what do I have?
Why we're at 53 minutes and not talking about the Giants. You can say whatever you want.
Honestly, my kid won his bracket in his EDP league. There you
go.
Boom. There you go. Congrats. That's something. Were you the coach?
No.
Yeah, that's why.
Of course.
You got
it. What? Damn it! You got.
for that one, you gotta be professional.
You walked into that one. We're definitely going to make this happen, New York Revival. We're definitely going to make this happen. We're going to have you on a Sunday live stream where we have a lot of people. not this.
It's the Sunday service.
The Sunday service.
The Sunday service.
We actually might do a Father's Day show because my wife's going to church. So we might do a Father's Day show.
Yeah, man. Happy Father's Day again, man. You know, that's all I got. Happy Father's Day.
I'm not going to talk to you with like the next 3 hours.
Listen, man. Mets. We got the Mets, baby.
We got the Mets. We got the.
I don't know what the Knicks are doing. I swear to God.
But we got to look at that injury today, though. All right, guys. You know what? I'm going to cut this short. I appreciate everyone. There's still the 47 people that still hung out. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Want to thank Trenton. Want to thank Lex Luthor for coming on. Want to thank James Williams. Want to thank everyone for hanging out and check out the Pirate shorts tomorrow. There's Ryan Gunn. See you guys later. And you know what, guys? We are out of here. Peace.